I just want to see them show up in good form and finally perhaps have a good start.
A good early test for them, guys. I'll let you do your thing. See you later.
See you, and hello to everybody else. Welcome to our first best of 3 here at PGL. I can never pronounce Wallachia correctly. Everybody looks down on me when I try to pronounce it correctly, but I'm just a pleb American, so what can you do? Cinderin, now you can finally answer the question.
Yeah, now that we got rid of them, now we can talk about it. No, like I was saying, I think Lacoste made some good points here about OG needing to play fast and play skirmishy by nature, using Spirit Breaker's biggest strength, of course, which is just the ability to traverse the map really quickly, combining it with A and Prophet to find picks.
Whoa. Blast off early on onto Skem. Good body blocks as well from 9 class, and this is going to be first blood. Only question is who takes it home, and it's going to be no one on Puck. That is probably the last hero, if you're OG, that you would want to give that first blood to.
Yeah, I'm curious to see this mid lane play out now, because if this is slightly Prophet favored on paper, you give Puck that first blood, and it's probably a break even at this point, I would imagine. So that's already good news for the side of PARIVISION. And this is obviously a team that a lot of people have finishing in a high position in this tournament. So want to get off to a good start against what should be one of the potentially easier matchups of the tournament on paper here, playing against OG. I'm kind of curious to see if PARIVISION are going to show up in top form. You know, just come on in and show, you know, why they were getting top placements or even winning tournaments earlier in the year, or if they're going to have a little bit of a warm-up period. Obviously, in the Swiss format, you get to lose a little bit here and there, and you might still make it through. The most important thing is getting the 3 wins. But this, on paper, should be one of those series that they just have to look strong in this, right? So we'll see how it goes.
I have high hopes.
Yep. For PARIVISION or for OG?
OG's roster as a whole. I think that's the biggest question mark coming into this for them. They have gone through rosters like I go through toilet paper pretty fast if you're keeping up with the lore. But, I mean, the thing about SCA is... That's really deep lore.
I didn't read that part of the Atlas yet.
That's part... Yeah, what character would that be in the Atlas exactly to unlock that amazingly written lore? As Tim's going to take some harassment here. Satanic gets on top of him. Already at half HP, but that charge will get him away just fine. But, yeah, panel kind of talked about it a bit. SCA in general has been a region that has been struggling quite a bit, and it does feel like they need a little bit of... I mean, they talked about the captainmanship. If that's even a word, Cinder. I'm just making up here.
Yeah.
Natsumi. Have to hold that thought. Tombstone placed by DM.
He's actually just dead.
He's very dead. 9 class gets credit for that one. Now Skem trying to run away. Gets under the cover of the tier 1. Will survive. It feels like they lack direction. You know what I mean? They have all these really good players, but there's just not enough discipline in the region. It feels like, and that's just me from afar making that statement, that proclamation. But hopefully this is something that works out for them. I can see you really disagree with what I just said.
No. Then I would be saying it. I'm not going to shy away from saying that you're wrong. That's one of my favorite things to do, as a matter of fact. Disagreeing with you is a part of the job. My favorite, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I can.
But you might be right this time. I will say the kill that we just saw down there bottom was actually kind of beautifully executed by PARIVISION. Oh, hang on. Charge in onto Satanic. Oh, who's really in trouble here? Bristol's starting to get up some good stacks here, but 9 class.
Bomb onto Niku. He's going to get... Okay, they can get the kill onto Ducalis. It might be a trade, although 9 class taking the brunt of the damage now. Will be a 2-for-0 so far. A lot of low HP heroes on OG. You can see Yopaj making use of that Nature's Prophet facet. Prophet.
Yep, getting some of that money. I think Satanic is, you know, obviously the youngest player in the team, probably a little bit. He had his math classes the most recently, so he knew to get away from the quills. The other players underestimating them and actually sticking around for a very nice double kill that they managed to find there on OG. One of the kills going to Bristle, one going to Prophet, more or less ideal in that situation. And they get a nice A nice comeback up there at top. Not only this, but they forced techies to TP top, which in turn gives a lot of space down bottom to the Wind Ranger. This lane is unplayable for Undying 1v2 on paper. Obviously, with the early kill they managed to find down there for said Undying, he is going to be okay with getting experience, but contesting CS in a 1v2 environment against 2 ranged heroes is not where Undying wants to be. And unsurprisingly, of course, 9 class will immediately make his way back down there on the techies. He's going to be greeted by Spirit Breaker, forcing out the Tombstone, and that's the end of that.
In terms of the mid lane, that first blood making quite a bit of difference in terms of the CS right now. 28 and 12 at the moment for no one. And you can see Yopaj sitting on 19 and 1. So a lot of, I mean, of course, he had some action in the top lane to get, I mean, what do you think of the money bags anyway, that facet?
I don't really know how good it is. It feels like such an inconsequential amount of gold that you get sometimes, but...
Well, charge top.
Better than
Yopaj joining the fray, but Satanic wants to get very aggressive on top of Tim's. They'll be able to take that out, take him out pretty easily with the blast off to follow from 9 class. So 2 dead for OG, as PARIVISION were very ready for that movement.
Yeah, you wanted direction for OG, there's direction from PARIVISION. That was very, very quick response. Just beautifully turned around on that potential dive. Stopped it in its tracks.
Yeah, this one's going to hurt as well. Popping the Fairy Fire is Yopaj. Last right click is enough from no one, though. And Skem, I mean, when you have a hero like this AA early on, very hard to fit into the lanes. And when getting chased, has absolutely nothing really to work with. But once you hit that 6, I mean, in theory, very good against this dire lineup with the heals coming out from Undying and the Chen.
It is crazy what clinic no one has put on in mid in this game. Like it's one thing he's 3-0, right? He's found the kills, but look at the CS. This was a matchup the panel was talking about. This is like, you know, at least somewhat even-ish or maybe even slightly profit favored. He's 39 and 16 on puck against 19 and 1 profit. It's just mid diff.
Yeah, something like that. That first blood definitely helped a lot, of course.
Of course. Like, I'm not saying this would have happened without the first blood, but even with it, I was expecting this lane to still go, like, somewhat evenly, but no one has just been...
He's going to TP top. He's going to take out Ducalis. Satanic in a 1 versus 3. Has no trouble going for it overall, but gets the bash, though, from Tim. Another bash to follow, and Satanic will die. Meanwhile, you can see no one taking care of Skem, but that's just a support as you lose your position 1 Ursa in the top lane. He felt very safe, but those bashes really coming to haunt him.
The trade-off, however, is with that kill mid, no one is going to take a 7-minute mid tower as puck.
Not bad.
This is not normally. He's 2K up on the profit. He is the net worth lead. It's the puck.
How many money bags will get you back in the game with that?
Let's do some quick math here. What does it say?
How much is an actual money bag? Does it depend?
2 gold per hero level.
Wow. Class. Looks like he's going to go down. Was getting pretty aggressive on the Natsumi, but...
Oh, look who's here.
Yep. No
Skem
one.
just died to him mid.
Against the old AA. Tim's with good bash, but Illusory Orb with another right click is enough. A mega kill for no one as DM takes a tumble to Natsumi, though.
Yeah, get that gold. Check his net worth. Oh, that one was...
All right, so what did you say? How much per hero level?
2.
2 per hero level.
Yeah, and you drop...
But each individual one...
Each individual gold bag is 2 per hero level, and you drop 2 gold bags per... I mean, the math on this, I don't know. It's
read it. Just read it.
It's a bit. Okay.
Because I'm leaned back right now, relaxing.
Okay. Nature's Prophet, passive effect. Breakable, yes.
Okay, you don't need to
Whenever Nature's Prophet kills an enemy hero or one dies within a 750 radius, a money tree is created in their place. Every tick, several bags of gold are dropped that can be picked up by nearby heroes. The amount of gold is equal to a multiplier of the slain hero level.
Coil onto the Wind Ranger. They've already taken out the big fat cow, also known as Spirit Breaker, so 2 dead for OG.
Tick interval 1. Tree spawn delay 2. Gold bags per tick 2.
And
tree duration 3. gold per hero level 2. You can see how I was struggling, right?
Yeah, really
You just look at this. You look at this and you're like, yes, it's gold.
You know,
like how much gold is
I learned literally nothing because I just didn't listen to you.
That's
I don't know
right.
how much of the audience also
I
feels
read the
same.
whole thing and I feel like I also learned nothing.
I think we all got dumber. That's the brain rot of Dota.
Yeah, that's right.
Reading tooltips.
Oh, Vessel. Well, that'll help
Jackal.
out.
Natsumi with the focus fire right now. DM looks like he's going to take a tumble. But blast up comes up from 9 class. Tims and Yopaj in the area to get those delicious money bags coming out of that tree. I wish there was a stat that showed how much money they've made throughout the course of a game, because the numbers mean nothing to me.
I think Valve would not put that in because then nobody would take money bags. They'd be like, wow,
Well,
that was...
What was nerfed with the other one?
The healing was a lot better early on in with the I forgot what the name of the other facet is, but it's the one I take literally every game when I play this hero because I play support mainly. But the healing was so much stronger when it came out that it was a total no-brainer. In every position of profit, you would always take the healing
Nice
on.
A blast on a Satanic.
Oh,
Charge to
charged.
follow.
A bash here would do wonders.
Unable to close the gap too well. The A blast already running out, so Satanic will attempt to run away. Yopaj makes his way over as well. Good amount of damage with his ult with the urn applied. That's actually a Spirit Vessel. And he just dead.
Nice kill.
Very nicely done from OG.
That was actually
Get
super
those money
clean.
bags. He can just buy back and then instantly get his money back here, Sindurin.
He needed that Wrath of Nature to do a ton of damage there. That was really well done by Yopaj, sending it from far away to get that big burst.
Right, well, they disappear.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No.
I don't. That's dumb.
Yes.
Dumb mechanic. What's the point of that?
It's very unrealistic. If you put a bag of money somewhere in... I guess it technically disappears too, but...
What's biodegradable in this world?
I meant somebody else just picks them up, but you don't know who it was. It's kind of like the...
Sure.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it kind of thing, but with money bags.
Or when somebody listens to you talk, they're not really listening. They just hear things.
Yes.
Exactly the same.
Okay.
2K lead for PARIVISION as Nico
Room.
getting some nice stacks.
Yeah, they're going to be too late. This invasive play would have actually been super good if it came like just 10 seconds earlier. They could have stolen a lot away from him, but I think the job's done.
And they'll leech a little bit of XP. 9 class. Blast off does hit with the Sticky Bomb to follow,
that's
but...
not great.
And 9 class is going to want to die, although does get off a couple mines. Does end up dropping as no one does get bashed up. But the shackle at the last moment keeping him in place. So a very money bags. But Yopaj, get those money bags for God's sake. You have one job.
That is a failed move and a half. That's basically the entire lead.
That's like 20 gold right there. Pick it up.
It's a
You call it. Inside of the Sprout will be dropping as well. So OG, despite not picking... Oh, now they remember. Oh, money bag? Okay, yep.
Okay, so each bag there was 12. So that was like 60 gold.
It's like killing a couple of creeps.
Yeah, it's like 1.5 CS. It's something.
They forgot on the first one, surely.
This is really good news for OG, though. What was starting to look a little bit bad with that 3K lead and the overall trajectory of the game, you slow them down now by killing off the Chen, who's meant to put pressure on the map. Getting the kill on Puck with Wind Ranger was a massive injection of gold.
Pops the ult, but the AA blast is something to truly fear. Places his tombstone, but the Spirit Vessel still applied.
Oh!
Really close. Ticking away ever so slowly.
He lived.
Will survive. One more right click definitely would have done it.
Yeah.
They might pretty confident that he was
It seemed
dead.
like they thought they had him, exactly.
Yeah.
They could have definitely got in another swing, but afraid of the rotation, of course. 9 class.
Off again, 9 class. Mine's placed. Not quite enough. Actually,
oh, beautiful
take that
kill.
back. Tsume does drop. 9 class is eventually the trade.
That is well worth it, and yes, that deserves a Poogie with a heart on its back.
So what is that considered? It's not a sticker. It's not really an emote. It's like a cross between.
I thought like it's a pig.
Yeah, not literally, I guess.
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's something.
Another Valve experiment.
Yeah. Maelstrom now online for Natsumi on the Windrunner.
What if you, instead of Poogie in your base, you had a cat? And you could have a cat tree and you could pet it when you go back to base.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Tims will end up dropping. Again, the trade, though. And the money bags. Yopaj, pick it up. There we go.
16 times 4.
There's another money bag. You missed it again. What is this?
I mean,
talking about discipline with OG. Pick up the money bags.
If that isn't the ultimate illustration of this facet, I don't know what is. I think if we had a stat for how many money, I think less than half the money bags have even been looted this game.
Probably, yeah.
Stick around. This is a pretty good Orchid timing. Yopaj has really recovered himself, and that's the reveal.
With the focus fire, big kill for OG, and the money bags raining from the tree, and everyone runs away. Useless. Useless facet.
He's doing a creep camp over picking them up.
What is this? How much is this creep worth? 29 gold. Surely those are more than 29 gold. All right.
Yeah, but they don't give experience. Maybe that's what we need. We need experience bags.
I was not expecting to be completely enraged in game 1, but here we are.
Yeah, well, some things are just meant to be.
I guess so. You're talking about petting a cat.
Yeah.
You remember Black and White, your favorite game of all time?
One of them.
Having something like that in the base would be terrific.
And just like in Black and White, you should be able to teach your pet things.
Yeah, you can pet them, you can spank them, which was really satisfying.
Do you think, like in Black and White, you should be able to feed your pet feces and then teach it that it's good to eat?
All right, Cinderin, you're getting a little off the rails here. A blast does hit. Nice nether blast. In addition, no one is dead. That's a huge kill for OG. Moneybags, Nico, he remembers, picks them up. Now right-clicks that tier 1 tower.
Probably gone, right? Without Puck, I don't think you stand a chance here. And honestly, the acceleration of profit has been the name of the game here for OG Yopaj. We were talking 10 minutes ago about how he was getting destroyed mid. Well, how the tables have turned. He's top net worth by 500 now after being down 2K. And his Orchid is just making work.
So easy, these kills with that Orchid. No way to counter it quite yet for Satanic, so another death to his name.
Actually,
he's 0 and 4.
This is such a difficult position for PARIVISION now, because their lineup, the way it's meant to function, is heavily around Puck and Ursa's ability to navigate fights. They just get 100 to 0. The Yule's now on no one is going to help a lot, but this also means he's going to be really far away from a dagger, so initiation will be tougher to find.
Wait, how close does he have to be for moneybags? Wait, does he need the kill? Surely assists count, right? Read it again. Read the whole tooltip.
Hero dies nearby, 750.
Okay, so he just wasn't.
He was not close enough.
No point in him moving, you know, 100 units to make money back.
I don't think it made a difference. They wouldn't have noticed them anyway. Oh, here we go. 9 class.
He is dead again.
I don't know, man.
OG keeping up the pace.
I'm just looking at this on like a, let's say, a theoretical level of how the lineups interact. I think the Radiant lineup is actually pretty far ahead right now in this game.
Another Orchid. There's the Yules though to counter. Counters the charge as well. No one. You lose your orb. The Wrath of Nature was ridiculous amount of damage as more money bags will be dissipating into the Nether Realm. 4K lead for OG.
And nobody, I mean, let's be honest. If you found like a little pot of gold lying around in the river, you also wouldn't go and get wet.
No, definitely not.
You would leave it out there.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at this from the perspective of PARIVISION of how do they bridge the gap between this and when Satanic actually becomes a threat. Because now that there's all this, there's Ice Blast that's a problem, there's Charge and Spirit Break also that's a problem, and the Orchid, you need to...
Nico, they're going to bring everybody to try to take him out. 9 class will die just being nearby, but they'll still take it 1 for 1. Feels like anytime PARIVISION has tried to make something work, at the very least, one person on their team dies. DM.
Oh, the
again,
bash.
AA blast. Yeah, the charge pushed them a little bit out of range.
That actually saved them.
Boyle. Essence Ring pop, though, as Yopaj. He'll be able to walk away in all likelihood. Satanic. Spirit Vessel again applied.
Oh, he froze.
He did.
He's dead.
He's going to get shackled to the Sprout. The Hand of Gaben is not enough. So another death to the Ursa. 1 and 5 on Satanic.
Yeah, that's a player that you very rarely see that scoreline on. So that's also cause for concern here. I mean, it's one thing what the game state is, it's also what is your team used to happening, right? Like, this is a team that very heavily in their late game relies a lot on Satanic just becoming a monster and truly carrying the game in a lot of their games. It's just not going to happen here. Like, Ursa's matchups aren't even that good. The panel was talking about the Wind Ranger matchup. I think AA and even Spirit Breaker is actually super annoying for Ursa to deal with. Because it's hard to use Enrage effectively when there's a global hero that can always just come in for a chain stun. You kind of need to use it premeditatively, but what if Spirit Breaker just isn't going on you in that moment? Then right after, he has these 2 BKB piercing abilities. It's yeah, it's tough out there. I'll be honest with you. I thought this game, after the first 10 minutes, I thought PARIVISION would be coasting, but they're just getting owned.
Easy kill onto the Chen. 9 class in the vicinity as well. Gets a nice blast off. It's a decent amount of distance. It's enough to get away. But Nico now leading the way in this mid lane. And we'll see what OG want to do next. Got to clear some mines. Skem will just tank it with his body. Tim's onto the high ground he goes, gets a nice bash on the Satanic, but does end up dropping. But they have the Orchid applied, but no follow-up right now, as no one takes care of Skem pretty easily. It's a 2-for-1 to start in favor of PARIVISION. Chen even back online now. OG misstepping just a bit, but...
Feels like it's been forever since PARIVISION got any meaningful trade, but that time around, at the very least, they do kill the 2 supports. And you can see no one changed his prioritization. He had the Pharasma queued up, but he's switching over to the Dagger, probably recognizing the fact that it's just too difficult for them to find the types of fights that they want. And yeah, even though you do get those 2 kills, you're still going to lose the major objective here. Tormentor, oh, that's a pretty nice one to get on carry Wind Ranger, in my opinion. The Gale Force here, very nice against Ursa. It's not the best against Pucks. I assume that's a little bit of a silver lining, but Ursa and Undying just getting pushed around, super annoying for those 2 heroes.
Yeah.
Charge. No one. He's going to cancel this, obviously. But he might get ulti from the high ground.
Nether Strike does hit. Do they have the follow-up? Gets off the phase shift. Wrath of Nature, not going to be in vision in time. And in the smoke now. PARIVISION looking to get a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, this Undying Lotus Orb can play a really key role here. If you manage to bait out an Orchid on your Ursa and then you save him and turn the fight around, might be what they're thinking about, but... Well, they're going to find 9 class and he's dead in the blink of an eye.
Yes, indeed. 9 class dies. Skem follows suit, so a 1-for-1 to start things out. Nico trying to take care of that Tombstone. Gets Soul Rip, though. Now he's slowed to a crawl. He's getting stuck inside creeps. Nowhere to go. Bristleback dies. Ducal in the meantime getting right-clicked by Yopaj from the low ground. No one trying to take care of the Nature's Prophet in turn. Gets the Yules off to cancel the TP. Is Satanic.
Oh, that's
just
a perfect
dies to Skem's ult. And it looks like Yopaj will be the trade. It did require the buyback, like you said, onto AA. Natsumi, nice shackle onto 2. Nether Strike to follow. No one is dead as DM left to his own devices. Has that blade mail up, but continuing to getting bashed now as Natsumi might want to re-enter the fight as DM. Pretty low on HP. Will get slowed just a bit. They should be able to finish this Undying. And that is death number 3 for DM. Who's now
he's
alive.
Alive. He never died. Nothing happened.
A very back and forth fight there.
Yeah, pretty scrappy, but all in all, it's another death for Satanic. You just keep slowing down this Ursa. His game is not really improving. And this was in spite of Nico, in my opinion, just making a clear mistake there, trying to take down the Tombstone by himself. He's Bristleback. His attack speed is pretty low. There's obviously going to be a Soul Rip coming out, so he kind of just wasted 5 seconds there on the Tomb, but the full-on result, when all is said and done, is still quite fine.
Oh my god. How often do you see an Ursa melt that fast?
I mean, I love this support duo, I have to say. I think AA Spirit Breaker together in this patch and playing the map like this is incredibly powerful. Just having this global threat. Prophet is the icing on the cake, but not really necessarily a requirement for this to work the way that it has. Just makes it obviously a lot better. I'm not going to say Prophet hasn't done anything in this game, because obviously he's been owning it up. He's 12, 2, and 7, but you could imagine a lot of the kills that did happen were possible in theory without him. Just Ice Blast, 2 Spirit Breaker spells, and any core as part of that play will get it done. Of course, Prophet with the global teleport is
don't forget those money bags as well.
Yep, that's right. Glad we mentioned those again. Bring them up again soon.
Oh, we definitely will. Now we'll have the full Mjolnir. And the question is, when is Satanic getting a BKB?
Yeah.
So he went for the blink after the Battle Fury, has Mithril Hammer, but still so far away from finishing the BKB.
He needs 2.5 minutes of uninterrupted farm, pretty much, and he'll have it. We'll see if OG can challenge him once more. Obviously would like to put their Aegis to good use. They have 4 minutes on that. On Natsumi, who is also close to a BKB of his own. Decent item this game. You're against Puck, you're against techies. It's not like an outstanding game for it, but the X factor of it this game for me is that it protects you against an inevitable nullifier coming out from Ursa. Although that's not really a primary concern now. In theory, it would be later, but you're seeing Satanic is eyeing up an MKB as his alternative solution.
This is one of the fastest BKBs on Spirit Breaker I think I've seen. It's kind of insane.
Love that item on that hero. I think people probably default to Shadowblade a little bit too often. I think there's a lot of value to this. It guarantees your Bulldoze has full duration when you have BKB. You're not just going to get Yuled and lose that ability. You can, for that reason, more or less guarantee 2 charges in a fight. You might soak up some damage, and therefore you're also, it's like pseudo protection for your team, actually, that you have BKB. If you become a target, that's generally really good. Spirit Breaker is, it's a special support in the sense that it's very tanky, and when you do get to this point, I find this to be one of the best heroes in the game, honestly. It just doesn't happen very often that you have this good of a time, but when you do, the payoff is just massive. Having this targeted BKB piercing ability, having a frontliner.
Call us Mega Dead.
No way. We didn't really talk about this. Ducalis has an insane win rate on Chen on this team. Like you remember that tournament where they went like 9-0 with it, right? Yeah. On PARIVISION. I believe that was actually a LAN win. Haven't really felt it this game. They haven't got to use what Chen is good at, and we're approaching the time now where that window has closed anyway. So how is he going to find impact in the game going forward? He's got the drums pipe, which obviously is nice, but ideally you wanted to put those items to use now to start hitting tier 3s, or at least, you know, take the tier 2s out at the very least.
Oh, 9 class. Felt the tingling. I've been there.
Tower's gone. Natsumi. Well, never mind. He is not quite finishing it, but as good as done.
Yeah.
It feels wrong looking at Wind Ranger with 1-point power shot. It's just something about this just irks me. It is probably the right way to build this as a carry most of the time like this with Tangled, but it just looks funny. He was 4-0-4 for a while, and it's pretty standard, but this hero used to be power shot, right? Like, no matter which role you played it, you would always max power shot first, more or less. So this is a different take on the hero. Shackle shot. Well,
the phase shift.
Uh-oh.
He's going to use the Yules.
Tim's is fast.
Super fast. Another strike going to be avoided by another phase shift.
Blink.
They catch this pesky puck. No one. Just a little bit of mana left. Should be enough now.
Unsurprisingly, no one is going for a Lincoln Sphere, which is the ultimate solution to Spirit Breaker.
Well, money bag situation about to come to be.
Nope,
oh, never mind. Out of range now. Good usage from Yopaj on... I thought it was a Hurricane Pike. Was that just a Force Staff from... I have no idea what I'm seeing.
There was no Force.
There's no Force Staff either.
Nope.
Okay.
Probably just
old age. We'll just account.
Money bag brain rot.
Lack of money bag brain rot. More like it.
Oh, it's an E-Blade now for 9 class.
Can you keep track of how much the money bags are worth? I saw 26 when they killed the Chen.
Yeah.
And there were like 6 of them at least.
You know what? I can keep track of it. Who do you want to know it for right now?
Doesn't anybody. Whoever the money bags.
All right. Well, if they kill Ursa, each money bag is worth 32. If they kill Undying, it's 34.
Well, how many money bags?
5, right?
How is that not worth picking up? That's definitely worth it.
Well, you know these pro players, if there's something they do like to do, it's littering.
Nico
is probably fine here.
Yeah, he pops the pipe. AA Blast.
Oh, that is not a good ice.
Used to full effect. Mostly for zoning, I suppose. OG now disengaging completely. 8K lead, though, for them, as now BKB for Yopaj. Would have had that a little bit earlier if he was picking up these money bags, but leave that for another time.
No, we won't. We'll talk about it every minute, apparently.
Oh, come on. I can understand not wanting to go too far to get the money back because maybe you put yourself out of position, but there's been a lot of instances where you should be walking on top of that. Okay? Who's interviewing
See,
them?
this is what the pro players think about the money bags too. They don't care.
But why?
Well, I don't know. You gotta ask them. You gotta ask them, man. That's your.
It's like having a free bounty hunter in your team almost.
Oh, that's.
Even if it's 10% a bounty hunter, that's still great.
Well, yeah. What I was gonna say is, OG are in a position where they're just clearly favored at this point, in my eyes, to win this game. And it's not just the gold lead, it's more the way they have control of the map, and they are dictating the pace and making all the successful moves. You would think the next Roshan and Tormentor is more or less inevitably going to them unless PARIVISION finds some really clean play with their Ursa BKB. So this is where we get to the point of where we want to see from a team like OG. You want to see the class, right? You want to see them clear this game out, continue to play ahead, and not make a crucial game-losing error, which you were talking about SEA teams and leadership and, you know, having a clear goal in mind for the game. I think in the last year, a lot of SEA teams have got to this point in games against top-tier teams. And then sometimes they just drop the ball, like lose track of what the next logical step is or aren't fully on the same page with what you want to do. This would be a really good showing from OG, not just to win this game, but to do it cleanly from here. That's what I would like to see, is just not have that slip up. That you're almost in the back of your mind, you're kind of like, yeah, it's looking good, but I don't want to hear, I don't want to see the but in this game.
It's a big but too.
Yep, it is. Had to say it while we were looking at Windranger. Good job to the observers, of course.
Satanic getting charged now. Has the BKB. Knows he's under vision. Will attempt
they're
to get
going to
out.
commit. Oh, well, I
They
don't.
will not. Tims will run away in shame. As DM, he's leading the chart. He has boots of travel, by the way. I was a little bit surprised by that pickup. Very late into the game.
Yeah, probably just recognizing, again,
Is it a split push type thing?
Not necessarily. It's, I guess, from his perspective, he is one of the hardest heroes for them to kill with their global pressure, just global ganking lineup. And this way you can potentially deal with the waves a little bit better and still connect with your team and be more mobile in the fights. But 9 class, speaking of mobile, is very immobile right now.
DM, as Satanic jumps right on top of Yopaj. Can he actually get the distance needed inside the Sprout? There's another strike to create the distance needed for him to be able to get away. Now DM and Satanic, the BKB is already running out as Nico looks like he's getting some help from Natsumi, who absolutely blows up Satanic. And now DM left all alone, will die. And that is going to be 2 dead just like that. Although the Undying is now available to come back in the fight thanks to the Innate. And no one doing a good amount of damage, but 1 versus 3 at the moment. Blinks to the east. Trying to finish off Yopaj. They actually do so successfully. And somehow PARIVISION are turning this. Nico trying to run away. Has some help from Natsumi. Question is, will PARIVISION go all on top of this Bristleback? Looks like that answer is yes. Decay on top of him. A couple more right clicks should suffice. Nice heals to slow this down, but Nico does find his way to the grave. Now Natsumi is trying to help out his comrade in arms. He's going to get slowed to a crawl. The Gale Force is going to help a little bit. Now, getting some support from Tims. Looks like it's inevitable that this Windranger will drop. Double kill for DM after dying, and of course having that Innate available can get right back in the fight with that Boots of Travel.
Uh-oh.
And OG attempting to run away. Tims in the base should be fine, but like you said, OG, they lose a lot in that fight. It's only a 2K lead for them now, and that's going to drop even. It might just be an even one.
That was a 6K swing in spite of killing the Ursa. I guess that was a nice little display of the Travels and Undying as well, right? You respawn with your Innate, you immediately return to the fight. I don't actually even think it mattered that much that DM came back, but it does show some of the potential. And now Tormentor as well. All of this was meant to be OGs. They were meant to win that fight after the Ursa kill, a lot of the time at least. Just got out-navigated in the fight, and just so much value out of this pesky Puck in particular. No one playing a great fight there. Just juking and jiving and buying enough time. You outlast the BKB on the Wind Ranger, you outlast the BKB on the Prophet, you get that kill, and you start building up the fight together with the essentially long-range non-commitment artillery, right? 9 class keeps throwing bombs and E-Blaze around. No one keeps hitting spells from far away. It's low risk. And with the Undying rejoining the fight with the Travels. Now Octarine Core as well for DM. It's quite beefy. It's low cooldown decay now, 1.5 seconds.
Just needs that Aghanim Scepter now.
Yep.
Is that actually what he's going for?
I don't know. I think...
Nothing queued up yet.
I feel like Scythe would be really good this game.
But Ags is cooler.
Undying. But it's not a traditional item for the hero to buy. I just think for their lineup, getting a Hex would be really nice, and I don't think it's the Puck that should buy it this game. I think no one should just scale. He should become the carry of the game. Like, he kind of is anyway. It's a good sign for PARIVISION if Satanic can have this bad of a game and they're still in striking distance.
Yeah, he had almost no impact on that fight.
If nothing else, he tanked up a ton of attention and time in that fight, and the full Wind Ranger BKB, I believe. But yeah, this moment now, they smell blood in the water. They know they just won a big fight. They want to keep going after the Tormentor kill as well. Also, that got the Shard. It was 9 class. So they got the Taser upgrades. Now they can throw that onto the Ursa, which is actually really nice when he jumps in.
Yep, it looks like this is going to be a good old-fashioned Rosh-off.
It's a good situation to have Bristleback in your team. He's one of the best smoke breakers in the game.
Yep, and in terms of fighting in the pit, I mean, do you give an advantage to either team?
I really like PARIVISION in the pit. You've got
Tombstone,
Mines.
Yeah.
You could just get vision with Chen always. It's quite nice. And you can see this perimeter is getting harder and harder for OG to access because of all the mines being placed, so...
Yeah, I think the AA Blast is really the only thing that's truly scary for PARIVISION. If they force him to whiff that, the fight is so much easier. Easier said than done, though.
It's a good point. If Ice Blast doesn't connect on Ursa, we're reaching a point now where Satanic can actually sustain himself in the fight a little bit, except against Wind Ranger. As the only hero that's a problem for him, and that also more or less soloed him in the previous fight. So if they could somehow get on top of Natsumi and take him out of the fight, I think Satanic can actually just hard carry fights from there on out. There's no other major threats to him. Prophet doesn't have full enough right-click build just yet for that. Bristleback, yeah, it's all right, but I don't think it's enough.
Do you think you need a gem for PARIVISION against the Windrunner Ags? Or Sentry's going to be good enough?
I mean, Dust most of the time will be fine, but I wouldn't mind seeing a gem. I also think they're in a position in the game now where it would make sense to get one regardless. Chen has a slot for it. Well, they have one on Puck.
Okay, so there you go.
They've actually had that for a while, come to think of it.
Trick question, Cinderin.
Yeah, you got me. I think no one has had this gem for like 10 minutes, actually. I'm pretty sure I saw it in his inventory earlier. I'm like, wait, yeah, they do have a gem. But they didn't specifically buy it for the Wind Ranger reason, obviously. That's just added benefit.
How much do you think they gained off of money bags to get the gem? Because you can pick it up as an enemy, remember?
Yeah. What do you think about that anyway? Like, why?
It's hilarious. Why not?
It feels like Valve designed this facet with it in mind that people were going to be running to the bags instead of fighting each other.
Yeah.
And now they don't even pick up the bags if there's no fight.
Yeah, but that's because they're
working
dumb.
the correct, directly opposite way of what they envisioned with the facet.
Yeah, they need to change it so number one, the money bags stay on the ground forever. Number two, if people continue to not take them, they should move like those old techies mines towards you slowly. You know.
I think, knowing Dota players, the thing that they want more so than gaining gold is for the enemy team to lose it. So I think it should be deduction bags instead.
Oh, wow.
So every bag you pick up, a random enemy hero loses 20 gold. Trust me, They would be looting every single one if they could mess with the enemy team like
That's
that
true.
instead. It's the same net worth swing, but it's a loss for the enemy instead of a gain for you. That's just so much better.
I think it would be more fun if it was a percentage chance for it to be a negative. That way, you could actually vacuum the enemy into the money bags, and they could potentially lose a lot of gold as well.
Oh yeah, that's a combo.
This is really good game design.
That's a yeah.
Gem on both sides, by the way.
Relic Arena combo if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, for sure.
Vacuum into money bags.
Yeah, I could do that.
That is truly some auto battle stuff that would not happen in a real game.
Yeah, you say that. They've added so many things that you would have sworn they would never have put in.
That's fair.
Like, there's a flying dragon now in the games. Close to some buildings.
True,
I've
yeah.
seen it.
Have we seen it this game?
No, I don't know what's needed to activate them, to be honest. Roshan attempt for OG. Roche belches.
Oh, that is an unfortunate bash.
Coil onto two. He's going to run right out of it with the BKB, but that's a big BKB down now. They do take out Ducalis,
just
though.
solo Ducalis. He's spawned
Money bags?
up.
That's a lot of money bags.
Yep, that's right. Not
Like,
worth it, though.
seriously. Like, if it's 26 gold, how many was that? Like,
I'll tell you,
7 or
if
8?
it were me, I couldn't help myself there.
Of course.
Those were 34
Oh,
gold
Satanic,
each.
pick up those money bags. Oh, they're disappearing. No! Really sad.
Really sad. He just left 250 on the ground there.
Legitimately, that was a decent amount of gold, right?
Yeah, I mean,
He's just forgetting.
I don't know. It's the only kill of the fight, though. I don't think calling that a fight really makes sense. Prophet just isolated and killed Prophet off to the side. I actually thought with that BKB, I thought with the BKB forced out of that coil that PARIVISION might fancy their chances going Roche, because it's really, really important for OG to have the BKB on Natsumi in order to team fight, because that's the way they can isolate and kill Ursa. But with the Chen kill, maybe that was enough to slow down PARIVISION enough to not go for it. But, well, they're still looking at the pit again. 25 seconds on the Wind Ranger BKB. I think this would be a good time to kind of press the issue, but
Yeah.
they're playing it safe. Means everything will be online once more.
Yeah, is there an item that they're waiting for?
I mean, Puck could buy Ags, but won't have buyback then.
DM is pretty close to BKB.
Panic on Bristle. Is that necessary?
Said Satanic on Bristle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that... I feel like maybe something to isolate and kill heroes would have been nice here, like Abyssal. If you really want to think outside the box, maybe a Hex on Bristle could have been interesting because of the Puck and Ursa matchups. I don't know, this Satanic just isn't doing it for me, because I don't think this is the type of fight Nico's playing anyway, where he's just getting to sit there and actually hit people and stay on top of them, and they're trying to kill him, and he turns it around with Satanic. It hasn't really felt like those been the fights he's been in so far, so this one doesn't make that much sense to me compared to heavier control items. Let's say that. We'll see it probably being put to use here,
Flash
potentially.
Golem already popped. Oh, that's a big bash onto the Wind Ranger.
Oh,
that is a
she's
dead
cooked.
Natsumi, just like that. Big kill for PARIVISION as Tim's.
I mean, this is already a travesty. Get out.
With that BKB, trying to right-click onto DM, but he's going to turn the sights now. Decay onto 2. Nico.
Oh,
Going to
no
be left
bash.
alone by Yopaj. Does TP out successfully, but now that's the death of the Bristleback. 2 for nothing as PARIVISION now.
Yeah, they get Roche.
They get Roche, and that should be decent control of the game now. They're back in the driver's seat.
That could have gone even worse for OG. The moment Natsumi is dead, that fight is over. They just have to get the hell out of there. And they do BKB TP out on Yopaj. Fortunately for him, did not get bashed. Otherwise, that would have been all 3 cores dead. But yeah, not really getting much value for their money with this Hex reveal on the Prophet. Now going to lose the Aegis as well. And this is now starting to look more and more like a solid PARIVISION situation. I have a very hard time in Pro Dota betting against Puck late game. I just think this hero is just ridiculous when he gets to this point. And he's close to being maxed out. He's got Parasma, Ags, Lincoln's, Yules. What can no one even do to grow here? Guess you could get Wind Waker if you want to keep your Yules. You could upgrade your Blink, obviously. You could go for a damage angle with your Ags if you want. So there's definitely still plenty of options, and I think that's the biggest thorn in OG's side in this game is they just don't have a reliable way of dealing with the puck, and they're trying it with the Prophet Hex. Didn't work that time. That's the problem. They have to overcome that. I think until they can find a way of isolating and killing the puck, they're just going to get kited and eventually lose their fights. Now this.
How do they deal with the puck? Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah.
You could get Hex and just pop Lincolns with charge into immediate Hex.
Yeah,
he's been face shifting right off the bat.
They do have the technical tools to do it, but it is still pretty difficult because it's always going to be contingent on, you know, there's going to be counterplay from the side of PARIVISION, right? You've got Force Staff, you've got Pipe to help protect. Are going to find.
Oh my! All right,
okay.
9 class. Only question is, will they pick up the money bags? There are none. He's too far away. Yopaj again, not activating his facet. Now looks like the big fat cow will be chased and taken out.
Oh, that's
nice
a
shackle on the two heroes, though. And gave it not enough to save no one. That's one way to kill him, is get a shackle shot off the huge body of DM, who grabs himself into the ally. That made no sense, but DM is dead. Lots of money bags. Nico remembers how to use that facet. He's going to pick up continual money bags. So much gold for Nico. And Yopaj's like, oh, how'd you get so much money?
Ironically, the hero with an IQ of 10 is the one to actually do the smart thing. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe the other players are too clever, but he's just like, oh, shiny.
Yeah, maybe.
That's Bristleback voice for you.
Sure.
Same accent, too.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, can they do anything with this? They got the biggest kill they could possibly find in the puck, but having the 2 supports dead on the sideline might not be enough. You can see the replay here. Effectively an instant support trade. Scam and 9 class kind of just killed each other. And then this is looking really good for PARIVISION until that beautiful shackle you're going to see in a moment. So the Tim's kill, nice and easy.
Boom!
This is beautiful. Such a nice lineup from Natsumi. Needed to hit that. If it's just undying onto the tree, they lose this fight.
But just pay attention to the gold here.
Yeah.
How much is each one? 52 each? Are you serious? Dude. And Yopaj just completely ignorant to the fact they could have made... How much would the... Okay.
That was like 500.
Seriously? That's a lot.
That was 500 gold.
All right. I have not been overhyping this.
It gets better the later the game goes in
course.
terms of like total value, obviously, but you also get gold faster then. But yeah, I would say in the early game it's like a laughable amount because it's like 1 creep. But now...
1 creep to move 100 units. Big, yeah, that's fine. It's still worth it. Do you agree with this? 56% for PARIVISION?
Even like the theory is one thing, but just looking at how this game has gone so far, it feels like just 50-50 to me. Like I think if I can be completely blunt about it, I feel like neither team is really playing their best, which also makes sense. It's game number 1 of the tournament. You're warming up. You're trying to, you know, get off to a good start here. But a lot of the time, the first game just isn't where everything's you're gonna be firing at all cylinders. So it does mean there's some slip-ups here and there. It does mean it's not flawless play, but...
Well, we have a coil onto the Bristleback, and Satanic jumping in, wants to kill off this Wind Ranger. Almost has enough damage, but a nice Natsumi Force Staff to get away safely. Nico, in the meantime, taking the brunt of the damage from Satanic. That's
that time the Satanic dig!
The death of the Aegis right off the bat. No one is extremely low, trying to get out. As the BKB popped by DM, chasing these supports, but it looks like 9 class will be the first to fall, as that's a big hex onto Satanic, dies inside of the Sprout. Of course, these money bags will be completely ignored by OG, but they have a 7K lead now and are winning this fight easily. DM shackled to the tree, and that's going to be the death of the Undying. More money bags. Yopaj gets one by accident. Can't get farther away from the goal.
He tried to escape. Putting me to shame there. That Satanic usage from Nico is actually massive. It's the first time we've seen it really do anything, but boy, he went from like 10%. They almost had him. He heals up to full. He gets to use his Nullifier. Gonna see the replay here. I wasn't really vibing with this item, but if you find this exact type of fight, it can pay off in such a big way. Look at this. They get him down all the way. That Satanic pop gets a couple swings on the puck. Heals to full, and that is just going to be a wasted Aegis BKB as well from Satanic, and that fight is just over. And as it looks, maybe the whole game, you're going to start buying back heroes. OG get their first lane.
Yeah, it's possible.
They get their second lane.
One nice blast off from 9 Class. Oh, he's getting right-clicked easily, though, by Yopaj.
Oh,
and that is the dieback onto the techies now. Big bash onto Satanic. Pops the BKB. The focus fire still applied. That is the death now of Satanic.
It's over.
A dieback. GG's called. And OG, well, they were ahead early game. Kind of threw it away. Became an even game, and then dominated with this last couple fights to round it out for a Game 1 victory.
Wow, this game was very unpredictable. I gotta say,
the only thing predictable was
the fact that they executed something even harder in Game 1. I actually have a lot of faith in them.
All right, well, let's get into the action with Cinderin and Sunsfa.
Welcome! Game 2 between PARIVISION and OG's brand spanking new roster. OG already off to a 1-0 start, and the panel said that they like their lineup more, which means this is going to game number 3. Just have to wait for 30 minutes to eventually come to that conclusion. Kez, first game I get to cast of him, Cinderin.
Yep, I was just going to say the same thing. We are going to cast Kez. This hero is a little bit of everything. And
yes,
in my experience, so I find this hero to be extremely hit or miss. So we'll see if Satanic is going to have a better game than Game 1. I think if you find yourself in a similar position to what he did in Game 1, your hero is going to fall flat on its face. It's a very snowbally hero by nature in the carry position. Yeah, very feast or famine just type of hero in general. You can wait, is that? Oh, never mind. Okay, I just misread that. Okay, we're good. I thought for a second he didn't even have a Dota Plus medal on it at all. So I was like, okay, is this his first game on cast? They're going to first pick it. But yeah, it's going to be my hero to watch for the game because I think most games with this hero will just be revolving around him for better or worse. Either you're popping off and you're really just making lots of plays, or you just become a victim very quickly to the opposition, just taking advantage of your hero. You're very frail. You're very item dependent. Your laning is solid against certain matchups and bad against others. I think this one is actually going to be kind of annoying for him. Just getting mana burnt by the Chen creep is going to be a bit of a nuisance for Kez.
Yeah.
But the Abaddon matchup itself, I think, is okay.
Okay. Well, we get to see the 9 Class Nyx Assassin. Been hearing about this quite a bit. Can you explain why this is something that we're starting to see?
Yeah, so, I mean, with Enigma, we've seen PARIVISION be able to play almost any 4 as long as you ban the right carry. So I guess Nyx's biggest weakness is his...
This is going to be first blood, Cinderman. No one will get it. There are no money bags. I won't bring it up the rest of the game.
Wow.
It doesn't have that facet.
Yeah, he took the other one. All right.
I mean, it's going to function pretty similar to Yopaj's Nature's Prophet because he didn't pick up the bags anyway. Okay, last time. Go ahead.
Okay. Nyx's biggest weakness is the early laning stage. It's one of the worst laners in the support position. They're melee. You don't do very much damage. But you can hit this stun, and Enigma is a decent laner, so perhaps...
Second blood grenade onto Natsumi.
He's okay.
Like he will be able to get out, but that is a heavy, heavy HP cost.
What I'm mainly looking for with Nyx is one of two things. Either you need to lane with a hero that's extremely strong, so you can do this, where you can actually fight, and they need to compensate for your weakness, or you need to pull waves. And if you're pulling waves, there's specific support matchups you do not want to face, such as like Bane, for example. That's just going to prevent you from pulling the wave entirely with Nightmare. Something like maybe a Shadow Demon if you get the right disruption. There's probably one or two more that could technically stop you, at least, but those are the big ones. You just need to get levels. Like this hero, if you don't gimp your offlaner too much, I think it has a lot to offer in current Dota. Carapace is good against a ton of heroes, and so is Mind Flare, of course. Now this particular game, I actually think OG have done a pretty good job at picking not very many good matchups for Nyx. I think TA is one of his absolute worst matchups in the carry position. Refraction just ruins your initiation. You do no damage with Vendetta and Stun. She also has the third eye, so she's going to have better knowledge about Roshan, which is sometimes where Nyx can find some interesting angles. You know, you like find a way around, and get that key kill that gives you an opening into Roche, but the other team will always know when that is a possibility. Yeah, it's just a solid matchup, but it's hard not to be optimistic for PARIVISION when DM is off to a good start on Enigma though, and you're laning with Nyx.
Yeah.
To boot, so this should be a solid.
Well, plus it's the
opening.
second game in a row no one has gotten first blood on the mid lane. Different hero this time.
True.
But, he did get off to a very big advantage in the lane, but in the end, it did not go PARIVISION's way. But of course, we'll see how powerful this 9-class Nyx can be. Along with the carry Kez. As Yopaj taking some harassment from no one, but I think he'll be controlling the runes pretty nicely on that Primal Beast.
No one.
Nico.
Thinking about porting bot. Keeps canceling it.
Still level 3 in this respective lane.
Yeah,
Nico
no
does have to be pretty
here.
careful.
Well, if no one goes to the creep now, he dies.
Arcane Bolt applied. There's the Aphotic Shield. Already breaks. There's the Echo coming out with the TP on the way from no one. And the Sprout is enough. So no one. Another kill to his name.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on my bingo card that we would get 2 games of Prophet in a row today. 2 different teams, and both times second phased. I think this hero is still really good. Both times, obviously, it's been mid, but part of the strength of this hero is that it can play all 5 positions, in my opinion. At least some of them are better than others, but it's very, very flexible. And so far, so good for both games for that individual hero. Almost Vessel. He's close to it on no one. 5 minutes in, he just needs 600 gold. This is going to be a really quick one. Some decent targets for it. You're against Chen, you're against Primal Beast who has a lot of health. It's a little bit of extra ways of chipping down refraction.
You have a Aphotic Shield though.
Aphotic is the one counter that they do have.
It's a good count.
Yep.
Yopaj stuck inside the Sprout, taking heavy harassment from no one.
Wait, almost his Quelling Blade on
Super
cooldown.
low on HP. The miss there wouldn't have been enough anyway. It does have the level advantage right now on Yopaj.
Yeah, it's usually the price you pay with Prophet. A lot of the time when you're TPing to side lanes for ganks like that, you might lose like 3 or 4 creeps in mid, and therefore the opponent might pull slightly ahead. But like the panel was talking about, this whole pulling the wave and farming double camp shenanigans, I haven't really seen all that much out of it out of Yopaj. I feel like he's not being efficient enough in this lane.
My.
If he
They're gonna go for this, absolutely.
This
baits them into trying to go for that rune, but no one takes out the Primal Beast. As Skem and Tims will end up drinking buddies. Able to get away safely, at least for now, but Tims finds some 9-class action. Is he actually gonna get this kill? No, the wand will keep Tims safe. Back to the base he goes. But rune secured for the side of PARIVISION.
This is a big lead already. Given the lineups and the Prophet plus Nyx factor, you saw what happened last game with Prophet Spirit Breaker.
Yeah.
This is arguably an even stronger version in some situations.
Overrise to start things out onto Satanic. Nico has to be super careful. The Aphotic Shield does not break though, and Satanic taken out in turn. A big kill for OG, desperately needed at this stage of the game.
Yeah. They gotta, I think for me, on OG, you gotta have your eyes on Yopaj this game. He needs to come up big. That's why it was a bit concerning to me to see the mid lane go this poorly. I don't think on paper this is how this should be going. Sure, Prophet got a first blood, but he also TP'd for it. I think you need to be able to gain more out of this
But
lane.
a little bit extra movement speed.
Perfect
Nice route.
route.
Basically gets both of them inside for all intents and
They're both
purposes.
dead.
Natsumi dead. Tims will likely follow suit as basically all of PARIVISION are here. That is a kill for no one with a Sprout. And that's a 5-1 advantage for PARIVISION. This will provide a lot of space for Satanic. Get off to a good start. I've been seeing a lot of Battle Fury on the Kez. This looks like a Deso though.
Yeah, generally go one or the other. These are the 2 build paths that are the most popular. If you do go for the Ags, you generally see 1, if not 2 Falcon Blades. This is one of the only heroes in Dota that still regularly buys this item. There's like a small subset, I would say, of carries that can do it and will do it occasionally. Kez, I think if you don't buy Fury, you buy this every game. I think those are genuinely the only 2 builds I've seen on a carry Kez in high rank. And yeah, the Diffusal, I guess what he's aiming for here, because Battle Fury you could probably get away with when the early game's this good, right? Like your Enigma and your Prophet clearly are having great games, so you could probably play the slower path. But maybe the mindset is just, we're going to just roll them and play the tempo item. And it's not like you can't farm, right? Because you have this built-in farming mechanism in Echo Slash, so you're still going to... That somewhat resembles a Battle Fury in a way. You'll be okay. You don't fall off. It's not all or nothing. Like, let's say Ursa going Diffusal instead of Battle Fury, and you're like, okay, I didn't get 10 kills.
Right.
Now I lose minute 30. Kez will still... You'll still keep up. It is faster with Fury, but this is still good enough.
And how does he perform late game, this hero?
That's...
Do we have enough data?
I'll be completely honest with you about Kez. I still feel like I've played a lot of games both with and against this hero, and I still feel like I don't really get it. Like, I don't truly get when exactly the power spikes come in and why there are games where Kez just looks absolutely unbelievably godly, and then there's other games where it just falls flat.
Is that not a player thing?
I guess to an extent it's a player thing, but it's also, I think it's also just the hero's design is so, how to say, it's so knife's edge the whole time. You mess up slightly, you get 100 to 0. You press your perfect Mortal Kombat combo with like 7 inputs in 1 second, and you one-shot a hero, you know?
Oh, nice impale from 9 class. Satanic. Looks like he's going to live.
Yeah, 9 class will sidestep. Oh, they're going to turn on them.
Yep,
Prophet.
Grenade hits too. There's the Echo Strike as no one TP's in as well. Yopaj, you are dead, my friend. No one with another kill to his name. 5-0 start for this Nature's Prophet.
But that's something I'm expecting in this tournament to maybe get some better insight into. I don't know how popular Kez is going to be. I mean, this game he got overall first picked, right, by PARIVISION. It's just getting a better feel for what teams run it, why. Because obviously we've got some data since it's been in CM, but I also think it's just by nature of how this hero functions, I just think it is a little bit of an enigma, really. Just when exactly it's good. And I wonder to what extent the pros themselves are like, this is such a good Kez game, you know what I mean? Like with a lot of carries, you're like, oh man, I can totally see why this is the carry I want to play this game. Kez, I don't know.
Well, like you said, they first picked it, so he just felt like playing it, maybe.
Yeah,
there was no data.
That's it.
Just bans to look upon. By the way, Midas picked up from Nico. What do you think about that?
I don't love it, I have to say. Well, I criticized his Satanic last game, and then it won them the game, so maybe this Midas will pay off big. My biggest concern here is the pacing. When you go Midas on a Baden and you're playing with Chen, and then your Primal Beast clearly isn't having the best of games, I wonder if you're just going to end up kind of bleeding out while you farm. Like this looks extremely slow from OG. This is not how you play Chen, right? Where your heroes go Midas and you're just playing passive on the map, but I guess by now maybe they've already made the call that we're not going to look to fight much.
Easy pick off for 9 class. That's the 2nd kill now off the back of Vendetta.
Queuing up Dagon. One of the things I really like about Nyx is his build versatility. A lot of players will just default to Dagon every game, but this hero has quite a lot of flexibility because of how Carapace works. Sometimes Yules can be amazing. You can get Force Staff. You can even buy Auras, actually, as a support, if you want to.
But Dagon's more fun anyway, so
yeah, it poses an insane kill threat with Prophet, right? It's just so strong. Those two heroes together can kill basically anybody except TA. I think even a Baden is at risk because Nyx can do so much damage on the opener that you can force Aphotic Shield really quickly. Then you can kill him off after.
Deso almost done for Satanic, and will likely be looking for even more objectives with that minus armor. I mean, they have Enigma and Nature's Prophet, so the push should not be an issue for this team at all. Which begs the question with OG's choices in itemization, it's slowing it down, it seems, with the Midas. How do you how do you defend these buildings going down?
Well, can you?
Maybe that's part of the strat, just not contest
I
until
think
they're at item 3.
some of the matchups in this game are pretty tough for Primal Beast. You're good against Prophet, but Nyx makes it really hard if you don't have BKB. You're just going to get Carapest on your Pulverize, because you kind of have to go Ferocity, right? The facet for the bigger AoE. It makes it so easy for Nyx to just walk into your ult and just Carapest it and just stop it immediately. He can catch in your tracks on the charge with the same ability. He can also do it with Impale, as we saw earlier. So it's hard for Primal to look for fights when Nyx is around. And that's just that one hero. Enigma is also quite an issue until even when you have BKB, that can be tricky. And if that wasn't enough, Skywrath Silence, it's not easy. This was a game where Yopaj needed to get off to that hot start in mid and farm up a storm like Jenkins was talking about. Stack the waves with the camps and just double farm. He just didn't do it.
Yeah.
And now, oh, that's a misstun.
Yopaj
He's still dead, though.
Mystic Flare upon him with the...
It's enough.
Okay, that is enough. Ducalis gets the last hit.
Oh, I would love to see Ducalis by Shard here. I'm curious if he does this. He's playing as 5 Skywrath, but he's maxed out Arcane Bolt.
That was a little baby grappling claw there for Satanic. He'll have to use the ult, one of the two, of course, to try to get away. Snowball's coming for him. Nico joins the party. Nice parry for the time being, slows him down, gets to the other side of the ice shards, and well, with that last grappling claw, it's enough to get away.
Space.
No.
Yeah, space for this tier 1. PARIVISION, 5k lead in the driver's seat. And likely not going to stop anytime soon. They've obviously spotted this Midas.
Ducalis had the perfect amount of gold for a Shard, but he's going Kaya. I feel like Shard on this hero is actually very, very good when you're in a position like this. Skywrath's Achilles heel for pretty much the entirety of its existence has been inability to farm. Like, it's always just been so bad at clearing out waves and camps, but during all the downtime in a game like this, if you have Shard, you farm quite well all of a sudden. So he could probably exploit this and actually become very rich, but he's going for the Kaya instead. It's more of an early power spike item against the bigger payoff of the Shard. Perhaps he's also just hoping to get the Shard for free. That's obviously the dream.
Fitty.
Into the pit.
DOTA Plus loves PARIVISION this game, number 2.
Yeah, well, it should.
They heard Jenkins and Lacoste, and they went the opposite route.
Yeah.
Pretty good choices. Now the Roshan should be a freebie for PARIVISION as well.
Yeah, we said it was an analyst panel, but we didn't say what they were analyzing. So.
True. And they're going to force Nico's ult out, and away he goes. Not really much of a threat. Going for the Orchid after the Midas that he picked up. Actually, I think it's done. Is that enough of a kill threat to do much? I mean, you're going against an Aegis now. Your initiation, I mean, Primal Beast does have Blink, but it's Blink without anything else at the moment. Like this is a hero, if there's a BKB hero in the game, first one that comes to mind for me at least, Primal.
I genuinely believe OG cannot teamfight until he gets BKB. I think it's not possible. I just don't see the path to success. Your TA doesn't have damage yet because she went Dragonlance into Blink, so there's no Deso. So you're not really bursting anybody. You're not taking that much advantage of drinking buddies either. Abaddon, yes, he has the Orchid, as you said, but can't really do the damage himself. And then your support duo is Chen Tusk, right? So, yeah, I think you're just waiting. You're playing keep away. You're trying to bleed out as little as possible and get the BKB onto Yopaj. And then, in my eyes, you get one try. If that fight fails, you probably just honestly lose the game. It's not looking good. They're going to smoke here and try to catch a moment of opportunity, and this might just work if they run into DM here, who's all on his lonesome. So that will be a nice pickup for them, and obviously the dream scenario is getting the kill gold onto the Primal Beast, since he is spending very valuable time here making this move. And they'll get him.
There it is, the initiation onto DM. Easy kill. Nico gets credit for it.
That was a nice detail. They went in, they instantly Midas the Centaur creep. So.
Efficiency.
That's right.
Night Class is going to spot out Nico.
Well, then that Centaur couldn't mess up their play by somehow canceling the Pulverize.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if... Oh, I was going to say, I wonder if he's going to get the shard on the Nyx, the break, and he already has it, actually.
Yeah.
So they can actually burst the Abaddon.
Do they have a silence? They have Skywrath silence, yeah.
So silence with break.
Yeah, the two
No
supports can kill Abaddon. That is a rare sight.
It's a cool... I mean, the shard sometimes is useless, right? It's just completely game dependent, but this game, if used in conjunction with the silence...
Yep.
Remember when you could buy Doom? Remember when Nullifier used to mute items?
Oh my god, don't remind
You go
me.
Orchid Nullifier, and it's literally Doom.
Don't remind me.
Fun times. Nullifier got like 5 reworks. It's actually in a pretty good place now. Old man thoughts.
It's I think Nullifier is a weird item because it's like it feels like there's a position in Dota that likes it and one that hates it. I don't think supports like Nullifier. Like, you never really buy it, and it always messes with you, and the carries are just happy it exists because then they don't get owned by Ghost Scepter and Force Staff, right?
Yeah.
So it almost feels like a necessity that there is an item of this kind, but the build-up is still somewhat weird, but yeah, the current version of it is probably the fairest and best we've had.
I think it's really hard to counter, though. I will say that. Like, is Lincoln's the literal only thing you can do?
Get BKB.
Yeah, but on Necro, you really want to go BKB?
Kind of have to.
Sucks.
DM will get the shard, so unlucky for Ducalis. Would have probably liked it. The Enigma shard is still good. It's you're never unhappy to get this on Enigma.
Well, this will be a nice pick-off for Nico and company. Getting a lone little Skywrath mage.
It's something.
It is. Deso picked up for Natsumi. This is one of the latest Desos on a TI I've ever seen, I think. Mainly because they go for it a lot earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that out of the ordinary to go Blink Lance and then Deso, but it's definitely not one of the fastest. Oh, he's being hounded by 9 class here. And yeah, keep in mind, 9 class can always see him in Meld.
True.
Because of the innate, the Nixth Sense. 400 radius, effectively gem, but
that was
only
originally,
against
I think, 300 radius. And my god, was it useless. So hard to
It doesn't sound like much to give it 100, but it actually is quite meaningful. Everything that has to do with radius in Dota, you know, it's just a formula change. It's just math.
Yep, keep talking about it.
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody's getting excited.
Yeah, money bags.
Oh, hell yeah.
Give them some more radius for picking them up and suddenly...
Global range.
Oh, that sounds very fair.
Maelstrom for no one.
Yeah, going a different... Well, I guess it's kind of standard, to be honest. Was there... Did Yopash go Mjolnir last game? I'm trying to remember. I think he did, right?
He didn't go Blade Mail, I don't think.
No, the Blade Mail is the different part, but the rest is pretty standard. Yeah, and the Blade Mail is kind of working as a pseudo, just a deterrent for Primal Beast in the earlier stage of the game, but obviously when he gets BKB, he won't really care about it. And it's also not that good against TA, so honestly, I don't know if no one really got that much out of this Blade Mail in this game, but I also don't know if it's that important, at least for now. He's still going to ramp up quite nicely.
I haven't seen a single black hole this game, actually. I haven't even needed it at all.
No. But I will say OG are doing a pretty good job at just stabilizing, right? Yes, they're behind, and yes, they are losing a little bit more on GPM. But it's not like a total beatdown, where this game could have gone completely out of control if they had tried to take fights they couldn't take. They've made the right judgment call of just playing keep away, and now there is a potential avenue here. The BKB has now come out.
Oh my.
Abaddon with the... Oh, yeah, Natsumi. That's an easy pick. Yeah, Skywrath actually doesn't really enjoy this matchup all that much either.
Yeah, we'll
getting
have to get a Ghost Scepter at some point if
it's not the most
wants
fun.
to avoid that. And Satanic about 1,000 away from finishing the Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
Where would you rate this Ags, Cinder? In your arbitrary tier list?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of the better ones, without a doubt. It's, again, not to sound like a broken record, but when it comes to Kez, I just...
It feels like it's a requirement, though, right? It's more...
Yeah. It's extremely powerful, make no mistake. I just wonder if there are builds where it's not as much of a requirement as we think it is, just because it's feel good, you know, where players want to get it because you're like, okay, now I can use all my buttons more easily, but it comes at the opportunity cost of this 4,200 gold could have been a premier item of another type, right? Where on some heroes it's inherently really obvious why the Ags is valuable in a game. This is just always good on Kez. So do you just have to buy it regardless of matchups when you go at Deso? Maybe you do. Like maybe there's just no discussion and it's that good. But like I said, not really much of a Kez player myself. I think it's one of those things you just have to play some games to really feel just how much this does for you. Obviously, it is very, very good, without question.
Well, things have slowed down a bit here.
Yeah, again, honestly, this is kind of good for OG. I thought this was going to go worse. With how the first 10, 15 minutes went, this could have easily gone...
That's a PGL thing, the Tormentor above the Roche. That's not... I was checking my game, like, when did DOTA update this?
Oh.
That's awesome. That should be in the game for sure. Nice impale onto 2. Tims is dead. Nico already having to use the ult, but of course he could blink away. Unfortunately for Skem, he is in somewhat vicinity of Satanic. Pops his ult, actually. Is that enough to get away? No. Grappling Claw upon him. He's dead. Pulverize. This is a little bit of late initiation, but DM is dead, so cannot use the first black hole of the game as Satanic now pairing some. Uses the Raptor Dance, and now we'll be able to clean up Nico. So it was a long fight for Nico's life, and eventually he does end up dropping. But it's a 3-for-1 advantage PARIVISION still. And the important thing for them is Black Hole wasn't wasted, so they'll still have that at their disposal.
Yep. They might actually go and force a Roche with it, too.
Hey, Ducalis, again, feeling the wrath of the TA.
It's finding a couple of picks on him. He was having a clean early game and then has bled out. Effectively, half of the enemy's kills are on the Skywrath Mage, but they're not really that consequential. Now he's going to buy the Ghost Scepter, so that'll be a solution, at least for now. Yeah, you'd imagine this Roche is just an insta-go for PARIVISION, considering, as you mentioned, the Black Hole being up, but they need to realize it's available first. And obviously OG know, so they can start planning around it. And we did see the promise in that fight, by the way, of the Primal Beast, right? You get the Pulverize onto Enigma, and then you have free roam. There's nothing really stopping you during it if Enigma is taken care of. They couldn't fully isolate Kez afterwards, or it could have got really interesting for OG. But again, if nothing else, it's showing some promise of what their lineup is able to do now that we've got to this point. Oh, he's in there.
Already using the BKB.
This is bad.
Too fast, though. Has the onslaught away, but they do find a little pesky Nyx Assassin. Gets taken out quite easily. Satanic, though, again, popping Nico's ult super early as no one will heal him up back to full. Not sure if that was intended. But now OG on the run. Despite having the number advantage, 5 versus 4, the BKB's down. That's a lot of damage applied to the Nature's Prophet, but the Mystic Flare is there to finish off Nico. No one does drop in the end, though, so still 2 dead for PARIVISION. Numbers advantage OG. There's the first black hole of the game. It's going to get canceled as Yopaj getting extremely low. Satanic grappling claw upon him. Yopaj dead. Natsumi killing some neutrals in the meantime. I believe this fight has potentially ended.
Pretty much flawless spell casting there from Tims, but not enough. He got the snowball into canceling the black hole, he got the punch to cancel Raptor Dance, and then he pulled away the Primal a little bit with Drinking Buddies, but it's not enough. And this will indeed be the Roche now for the side of PARIVISION. And the big difference maker there is the BKB of Primal was wasted, right? Like, if he has this in this situation, and it wasn't used on that initial chase down around the enemy secret shop, perhaps this is a totally different story, but obviously PARIVISION are jumping on that opportunity knowing that BKB is down. And in fairness, it could have been even worse for OG, because I think the overkill on no one with the Orchid was pretty much... He didn't die by much there against the Bloodthorn. So they might have not even got the profit, and it would have been real, real bad. Now,
Are you safe? You're in your base. Are you safe? Grappling Claw, Satanic, Echo Strike, Bow, Skem will live. Okay, Satanic. Are you safe now? You get punched into the air. We'll be fine. Has the Aegis, of course.
this is
Natsumi,
all over the
considerable
place.
damage to no one. Yeah, very chaotic fight to start things out. Looks like he wants to use the Aegis, and OG
all right.
are happy with that exchange. DM, though, coming in from afar. Still 68 seconds for Black Hole, though. So Aegis consumed basically for nothing, and with that, OG full team smoke.
They found 9+. And the bigger one.
Pulverize onto Enigma. DM is dead. Trample does finish the job as Natsumi. In the midst of all of this, Mystic Flare used as well, but not that much damage. Tims does die to the hands of Satanic. Impale. Borrowed time from Nico. He's going to turn his sights onto no one and said will heal up as a result, but now he's getting melted by Satanic. No one drops shortly after, though. Lots of back and forth, tons of trades in these fights. Not a clean fight for either team. Who came out advantageous this time around?
This feels like a good OG trade, right?
Yeah,
easily.
like it.
They gained
cores versus
2K. They... I mean, they're kind of getting there, and this is where that whole Kez thing is going to start coming into play for me, where you saw in that fight, Satanic, he stays alive, but the output just wasn't really there. If you have to use your stuff defensively on Kez, the fight was kind of just a little bit of a mixed bag where, yes, he does some damage, but he can't truly commit because the threat of getting hit by a stun into just TA mauling you is a bit of a problem. So effectively, you had to TP in the Prophet there, and he becomes a lightning rod, and no one ends up sacrificing himself. So it wasn't ideal for the side of PARIVISION, and I do want to commend OG a lot on their ability to find DM. I think that's been the reason they're still in this position in this game where it's definitely within striking distance of winning the game, is these 3 times that they've got DM as the entry into the fight. Right. If they don't kill him first and a black hole comes out, I just don't see it, you know? But done a good job. It's going to get harder now. DM has the Lincolns now against Pulverize. We get another Tormentor for the Radiant. This one will go to Kez. So now he lifesteals from the Impale of Kazurai Katana.
Interesting.
And also he can stun with it.
And of course, let's add more mechanics to this hero.
Yeah.
What can't he do? He has a silence, he has a stun. He has damage.
I'm trying to put myself in the position of a player that is new to Dota. What hero do you think is more difficult to understand, Invoker or Kez? Because I think it's Kez.
I actually think it's Kez as well.
Even though Invoker has 10 spells.
Yeah, but all the spells are very simple.
Exactly. This is just very... it's just convoluted. There's a lot going on, and it's not... I also think with Invoker, part of the reason it's easier to learn is that it's very distinct what's going on, right? It's very visible. Chaos Meteor, Ice Wall, all these spells, they're very distinct. You can see them in fights. Kez is just like these little Raptor Dance you can see, and Echo Slash you can see, okay? But all the little details can easily get lost.
Well, we're stuck with him for now.
Yeah, when is the last time a hero was removed? That was in Dota 1.
Dota 1.
In... I'm trying to think what the last...
permanently or just for a while? Because Wraith King was removed for a while, remember?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
For ceremonial purposes. Or Skeleton King, sorry.
I'm trying to think who was the last hero to be removed in Dota 1.
Are you talking about permanently or they?
Yeah, permanently.
Oh,
a hero that was put in the game and that was then deleted.
I could not name one.
I mean,
Surprising.
Gambler might be the last one.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Gambler.
He might be the very last one.
God, what a stupid hero. Scan initiated on by 9 class. No one makes his way over as well. An eventuality.
He's making them work for it.
Yeah, he's pretty freaking fast, but guess who's faster? Satanic and his 20 abilities at his disposal. He's almost done with a Lincoln Sphere.
Yep.
And I assume DM was all... Oh, he's actually already finished one. All right, so Pulverize is going to be a lot harder to pull off. Tim's inside.
A snowball.
Sprout. He has the Ghost Scepter. Buy some space. Nice snowball to the north. Punches the creep in frustration. DM kills him off. Yopaj, though, finds a little 9 class action. Lawsuit.
I was just going to say. Well, is Takalis finally getting his revenge? No, he's just going to poke. So, I was thinking about, so in late game situations, what Kez is probably the single best carry at is being better at being PA than PA is. He has ridiculous single target burst. So when he isolates a key target, he can take them down faster than pretty much anyone. But in this game, the primary targets that will most likely offer themselves up are TA, who has Refraction, and might get the 25 talent for it to make it even better, and Abaddon, who you have to silence to kill. So as far as Kez matchups go, I think OG really understand what this hero does late game with how they've drafted this to try to give themselves core matchups that are not the most obvious for Kez to kill. So perhaps this won't be one of those like super explosive late game Kez performances, but maybe we won't even get there.
Yeah,
this siege is successful.
Explode as you say that. Rocks are thrown though, but there's Roche's banner. Now the creeps will be invulnerable, so this tower will fall. 30 seconds for Tims to come back to the fray. Does have his buyback if they want to force a fight. Lincoln's applied to no one, so Yopaj is going to have trouble getting an initiation. But that does mean that, well, it depends on whose Lincoln's that is, actually. If it's DMs, you can technically initiate on top of him. Meanwhile, Nico, his ult was forced, but he does get a kill for it. And there's the pulverized initiation. DM looking for the black hole potentially. He's already at half HP, taking a melt strike. He's ethereal, but he's dead.
This is
Yopaj
real bad.
Destroys him. 3 dead for PARIVISION on the doorstep of OG's base, and they are punished very hard.
Oh, that was crazy. Just how much damage and how quickly they went for that play. They got the range barracks, so at least it's something, but I didn't mean it in the sense of, wow, PARIVISION really royally screwed up there, but that was just such a... That fight went south so quickly. It was bad after a second. The moment they got the pulverize off, that fight was kind of over, actually. So got to be careful with that Lincoln's usage. And again, the play around this from OG has been really solid. You see, the moment this gets procced or expires, they just get in there, get a full value pulverize. Enigma is dead, and the casualty, the collateral damage on Satanic got nothing done. That right there is the duality of Kez that we all love. It's just like,
for sure.
There's fights where you're like, this hero is just the most ridiculous concept ever. And then there's fights like that, where he gets hit by literally anything and just dies and did absolutely nothing. And you know, 7K lead, this late in the game, it's starting to matter less and less. It's they might just get him here.
What?
They
Absolutely.
will.
Huge kill for OG.
Uh-oh. So here's the thing.
And
like,
Roche is up in 20 seconds.
We can look at the numbers all we want. Whenever a fight like this happens, it is going to affect you. Not necessarily negatively in a mental way, but you're going to have to address what just happened and find a solution. This OG are definitely, it's advantage OG right now in terms of just having found a key fight and being able to snowball down lanes and now getting that profit kill too. You can tell they want to go for it.
Yeah, if they scout this out, this would be an incredible Roche take for OG. They have the Deso.
They know it's up, so.
Okay, this is if they can get it cleanly, this would be very big.
Oh, 9 class is dead too.
9 class, it's going to force the BKB out of the Primal Beast. Yules is going to mitigate a lot of this damage, but still the bug has been squashed as Satanic uses 1 skill out of 20 and now will run away.
I wonder what Satanic was even thinking going for a grappling claw there. Like, you're not playing this fight. There's no way, right? 3v5?
He's thinking about going in. They do have...
They have Blink Black Hole.
Yeah, Black Hole's now up.
I mean, there is no way.
All right, they're backing away, so this will be a freebie for OG, and this equalizes things. Feels like the opposite of last game, where...
TA 25 now, so has the refraction charges for a grand total of 10. That is really bad news for Kez, who was already struggling to get through the 6. So Natsumi with a big lead in that department now. And Primal Beast, it's not going to be long before we see that big item that Primals love to get, Refresher. One of the heroes to buy it earliest in general. Sometimes you can even see Primals get Blink, BKB, and then Refresher straight up. He does have 2 intermediary items here with Shivas and Eon Disc. So Yopaj with the Disc, that's some decent protection against getting Black Hole comboed. He can feel very confident with the Refresher that he will be able to get off 2 ults. Octarine Core and Abaddon, man, these items just keep funneling in.
What can they do when DM gets the BKB? Because then it'll be Lincoln's and BKB. Very hard to stop. Blink
Punch.
Punch.
They still punch.
On the other side.
Yeah, they can Blink Punch. I just realized Ducalis has a Meteor Hand.
Huh.
Were they that worried about pushing? I mean, I get the mana efficiency of this item with the mana regen amp and stuff, but this feels a little bit...
Oh boy, Eon Disc does proc. And now the drinking buddies at his disposal to be able to get away, but that's a BKB down now.
He has the shard
advantage,
so he could still fight with Refresher Shard if they want to.
That's true.
Until he gets the orb, that is nice to hold on to. And with Natsumi DD, they might actually still, yeah, they're in there. This tower is, oh my god, that is gross.
Easy pickings for OG. 2K lead now from PARIVISION, was double digits at some point.
I think this would be a great time to see that shift in win rate expectancy if we didn't already, because this has been... We were looking at 75% for Radiant. What was it, like 12 minutes in or something? And yeah, 16 minutes in. That
61
is...
now, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I guess the reason this win probability is the way it is that Dota Plus always really likes Enigma's chances late game, right? As it should.
And it has no freaking clue how Kez works.
He's not part of the math. It's just, it's actually considering it's 39% 4v5, because Kez is not calculated. It loves Enigma that much. But yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable expectancy. Maybe I would give OG a little bit more edge, because I just think ease of execution is with them.
Yeah,
There's
but
a lot
Black
more,
Hole, you know?
Yeah, Black Hole is the great equalizer here, but you have to hit a big one. I don't think PARIVISION have what it takes now, specifically because of Kez's core matchups, to just win a fight head on without a Black Hole. Like, Kez can't just go and assassinate the enemy carry and, oh wow, we just won the fight. Because 10 charges of refraction, you're just not getting through it.
Yeah. Well, 9 class looking for a potential opening. But these refraction charges, like you said, something to have to take into account at all times. Satanic, not quite level 25. What are his level 25 talents, actually? Anything big?
Oh, are they going to try to fight?
Extra Echo Slash would be
They look
nice.
like they want to maybe try to fight here with the Nyx backstab angle.
Drinking buddies onto Natsumi. They get the bash. Okay, there's the pulverize right on top of Kez. Satanic, he's dead.
Disaster.
Right off the bat. He buys back into the game as well as DM onto the high ground. He's super low and trampled down as well. That's 2 buybacks now for PARIVISION, which means OG are getting the hell out. They lose Skem, and if that's it, that would be huge for OG. Nice drinking buddies, trying to save. Nice snowball as well.
Yes,
they still have Aegis for another minute. Natsumi
they both got
gets
out?
off the refraction. Gets glimmered to the high ground. Should be able to get away as a result.
Okay.
Well, I say that, but Satanic is playing Kez after all. Now they're going to surround tactics on this TA, and they will vanquish the carry for OG. It does cost them a lot.
Yeah, now the challenge for PARIVISION is to get an objective.
Yeah.
Because this does not feel worth it if you don't force either a TA buyback or get a lane of barracks. They do have a mid-wave on the way, but you can see Tim's actually dealt with that and got out scot-free against 9 class. Nicely done. So this it will only be the top wave that's the threat. Now, can Yopaj cut this somehow? Doesn't look likely. So I think the top melee is lost, but if that's all PARIVISION get, I think OG will be okay with that. They have a very clear path to victory now. If they kill Satanic,
actually go for this.
They would just win the game probably.
Yeah,
that's the
lane.
Will
Be a set of barracks as Nico won't be using his ult, so still has that ready.
Do they dare to hit mid? You've got to be cautious here because if your Kez gets killed again without buyback, it's a scary proposition. He definitely can't siege. It has to be no one hitting the towers every time. Kez needs to play at a safe distance and wait his turn. But I just don't think you can really get more out of this. So it was a good recovery from PARIVISION, to be fair. I thought when that initiation came in and they killed Kez and Enigma immediately and forced the buybacks that they were going to come out big winners there. When all is said and done, it's kind of even. But now, for the next 5 minutes, you would think that they have the overall map control advantage just from the inherent threat onto Kez. Oh, did he not get clipped by the dust? It was close. He's fancying his chances here.
Right.
Okay, poke.
Eon Disc procs.
Fun stuff.
Very annoying for Tims. The long cooldown. How many do they have? They have 2 right now?
Yeah, they have on him and on Primal. Primal can't afford Refresher. We'll have to drop the gem for that.
Save for buyback, though.
You do now. So he's close to having that and buy, I think. Oof. Narrowly escaping potential trouble mid on Yopaj.
No one fully decked out at the moment. Oh, he's going to be spotted, though. Gets punched into the air.
This is a big find if they get him.
Inside the shards, attempting to TP out.
Oh,
they have the damage. No. Away he goes.
I think he evaded 3 attacks there.
Yeah, that butterfly really working out.
Yep. And of course, TA didn't go for the meld bash, but for the refraction, so was not able to reliably interrupt his teleport.
9 class. Okay, they know he's here. That's a big Carapace stun, though, as Chen is getting taken out by Noah, but there's a huge heals. He's back to full HP, and now the pulverized right on top of the Nature's Prophet. Gets the Hurricane Pike to the other side, but Noah is mega dead. And Enigma dies as well. Instant buyback, though, from No One. Back into the fray immediately. There's a big Raptor dance, though, used to take out Tims. Nico's already dead as well. He still had his ult, in fact.
Oh, he got refraction off!
And now Natsumi inside the Sprout will fall as well. So a big buyback. Big deal for No One. Question is, can they get any more? A nice impale, canceling the TP. And that is 4 dead for OG. Again, that did require buyback. Yopaj now trying to turn the tides. He's using his ult now. I don't think this is going to be nearly enough damage to take out No One. And they're just going to turn the tides onto this Primal Beast instead, and that is a full team wipe onto OG.
My god, how are they getting these results in these fights on PARIVISION? It's kind of mind-blowing, actually. Enigma got nothing off. Kez died chasing down TA. I guess they did trade, though, with Prophet. That's just the power of the buyback, but now you've used Prophet and Kez. So the last 2 times that you've managed to string together a counterplay, it was because of just raw man advantage. Gonna see the replay here. No One is dealing big damage. And Satanic, he goes on the Tusk, gets the Ghost Scepter off. You're gonna see a lot of TA on Kez action here as DM will be killed off first. But keep an eye on that. The dynamic between those 2 carries. I think it's pretty interesting to watch. So Satanic gets off the Raptor Dance here and actually goes for the TA in the top right. But, okay, I guess, yeah, we'll see it now. Just narrowly gets off Refraction to get the counter kill. But running down mid, 2nd lane now for PARIVISION.
Yep, they're going to give it to them. No One blocked off, though. 4-step to the other side of the Ice Shard. So now they're turning these around onto the Abaddon again. Again, no ultimate able to be used. Oh my, that's 90 seconds for Nico. Cannot buy back.
That break plus silence.
Yeah, that is ruining his life. And now this is going to potentially, if they want to continue,
Oh,
force the
that's
issue.
why I was checking the Nyx. I was like, how did he break him there? There's a Conda on Sky. He can do it himself.
Yeah,
He just does everything on his own.
that's hilarious. Conda.
It's funny how this item, I feel like it almost only gets bought against a Batten.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It means Skyrath can press one button and just ruin a Batten's life.
Yeah.
He has to buy BKB, but the question now is that too little too late? Coming to that realization now, 50 minutes in, you're about a BKB away from BKB here. It's a lot of gold. You would get it from a one-team fight, but as it looks.
My goodness.
PARIVISION want to
All
go
over
for
the
killing
place.
blows soon. I mean, yeah, this...
This is just like game one, but reversed.
I don't feel fully confident that PARIVISION have got this one, just because the nature of the previous fights has been they've won off of extra lives. Now they have an Aegis for that, but they still don't have it on Kez, and it will be in the enemy base if there is a fight, obviously. But at the same time, I got this voice in the back of my mind saying, eventually DM is getting a spell off in a fight, right? Like, he has genuinely almost been non-existent in the team fights the whole game. And it's still looking like they might scrape through. I really thought Black Hole was going to be necessary to win this game, given the core matchups for Kez, but
now it's just a luxury.
the Prophet has been able to really... I think if no one wasn't playing this good of a game, they would have been in serious trouble. So really, honestly, stellar performance from him on the Prophet.
He's running out of inventory slots now.
Yeah.
Eats and Ags, and obviously the BKB in the backpack for the Aegis. I guess Moonshard is
Yeah,
next.
I was just going to say, do you think Ags is better than Shard? It probably is.
I mean, it's the root, right?
Yeah, it's probably better.
Against Primal Beast, yeah. I would say so.
I'm just looking at, he is the carry of the game, right? He's 50,000 damage. You just want more damage, but...
Yeah, but you're eating a Moonshard, you're getting half effectiveness, right?
Yeah, it's not that good.
You're getting some good night vision, though.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, do you keep full night vision from it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, my.
Or actually, maybe you're right. Maybe it's half of both.
Well, I didn't say one way or another. I have no clue. But I'll say.
Question.
You can say
Is
I'm
it,
right.
Is it all the bonuses that are half?
Yeah, why don't you Google that? Ask ChatGPT.
I'm just going to read on the item. It should say there. Yeah, it gives half. It actually gives less than half attack speed. It gives 60 instead of 140.
Oh,
so
no.
But the night vision is half as well. It's 200. Not really something you really think about with that item. Oh, he's going to liquidate his butterfly for a Daedalus. It's time for the killing blow, says no one. This is a full-on GG push exchange of items, dropping the butterfly against TA. This is him saying, we can finish now.
Oh, yeah. And he can attack from very far away. Tower already dead. No one. They have that Roche banner down as the siege units have grouped up. Trying to aggro it is Nico. Not doing it successfully, though. Very annoying to deal with, and just the chip damage alone almost taking out the range barracks. There's a pulverized initiation onto the Nature's Prophet. Is this enough damage? Absolutely not. Nobody comes in with Yopaj, and now the Eon just procs.
Well, they have to be careful with following up, because this time around Enigma was unaccounted for, so they need to not get caught in a black hole when they go for the Prophet. Well, that's the first pulverized BKB and disc out of the window. That's the refresher. Trying to bait anything, really.
Yeah, there's no one. And he's brought down to about half HP. I say that. It's super low. They actually burned the Aegis. And very little used. But there's the DM, BKB, Black Hole, only onto one. He gets decimated from above. So just like that, the Enigma, just like the rest of the game, completely useless. And now they're going to try to turn their sights onto the Nyx Assassin, able to blink out after the Yules, but the Pulverize finds him. This will be the death of 9 class. So 3 dead for PARIVISION, but of course, the important 2 stay alive.
They finally get a black hole off, and it doesn't matter.
It did nothing.
Oh my god. Yeah, the one hero he caught was the Primal, who refreshed his Eon Disc as it happened, and TA got to effectively 4-shot the Enigma there. So Yeah. Still, you've got half a melee Rex left, and I still don't feel like OG are in that bad of a position. Am I crazy for thinking that this is still like a 50-50 game almost?
Yes, I think you're crazy.
I don't know, man. I've just got this hunch. Like, they just need one good moment now. They're definitely going to force buybacks, right? At least one. They're buying the Rapier.
Okay.
Rapier and DD on TA.
Okay.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. This is one of those moments where everything could just immediately be taken out.
And that is the building going down. Roche banner. How did they have one of these? What? When did they get that?
They've saved it.
Is that from forever?
Honestly, I don't even remember if they had an Aegis themselves at any point, if they stole the banner.
All right, they get the melee barracks to try to help equalize a bit in this lane. But it's going to be all 5 members of PARIVISION up.
Keeping an eye on the Rapier in Natsuma's inventory, making sure he doesn't misclick this and make it into a casting Rapier. That has happened before.
Of course.
Not to him, but it has happened.
Of course. In the history of mankind, everything's happened, basically.
Thank you for your insight.
Anytime.
Yopash has enough gold for a Hex now.
This is going to be... well, you don't have to worry about that level 25 Treant of old going for this Mega Creep push. He is TPing into their base pretty... faking it. Yeah,
now,
just an annoyance.
This is a potentially really big item on the way for Satanic. He's going to buy himself as soon as he can here. Because the problem he's had in the fights is that he gets initiated on by literally anything and he just can't fight his way out of it. This is not a good BKB game. Pulverize, punch, TA. There's no point, right? So you have to get another survivability item now this late into the game, and the Satanic here might be enough that he can turn around once in a fight when he becomes the target. So I think PARIVISION would be wise to just buy time for that, just chill. And get there. Would you believe it? I can't believe DM has this in his quick buy. Really? Kaya Yasha Enigma. He wants to cast Black Hole faster.
Yeah, very important.
This is where, like, do you not buy Refresher? Do you just, is it just a one-hole game? Like, can you never get 2 Black Holes off? Can you never, like, buy an Eon Disc maybe then?
I think 2 times 0 is still 0, so...
He did remove it from his quick buy. I personally think Eon Disc is the best item here, actually. Right.
Yeah, I could see that.
He's been struck because if you think about it, the last fight, his black hole would have gone full duration if he had a disc, right?
All right, what's he replacing?
Ghost Scepter.
Ghost Scepter.
Yeah, or Vlad's, like whatever. Like you just, I think you either get
Satanic allow that though.
you either get Refresher or disc, surely, right? He has the gold. He could buy either item and almost have buyback with a Refresher. Man, this game is crazy. There's no way I would have imagined this going the hour mark. That is wild. That is a Poogie sticker.
Yeah. Is it? It's a sticker? It's not a sticker. It's not an emote.
It's a... Well... It's a...
It's a new tech in Dota.
It's an image macro.
That rolls right off the tongue. All right, so how much
30.
can OG get out of this Divine Rapier? We're coming close to that 60-minute mark as well, where the Helm of the Undyings will have a thing or two to say.
Nyx Ags is a potential game changer as well. That one for 9 class, especially on defense, is incredible. But if you can get set up on the enemy high ground somehow on a push, can also be very dangerous. Tough to deal with.
I mean, he's had that for a while.
Like, honestly, at this point, it looks like the game will be decided in like a 10-second window. Like, either TA blows up the entire enemy team with this Rapier and you just crush them with Primal ults, or you get finally one good black hole and win off that.
All right, can I ask you a question? Just gut read.
Okay.
In the history of our casts, or just in general of you watching Dota, when a team buys Rapier, how often do you think they win? As Pulverize, this is a big kill onto no one. They kill him straight up. Natsumi.
That opens up the whole map. You can push out all the waves now. How often do they win with Rapier in our games?
If you had to
it's
guess.
a pretty low percentage, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. It's usually the desperation buy, but
Yeah. No, this is
there's potential, obviously.
There's no desperation here. It's just a good item for this game. It's playing to win.
Well, desperation may be the wrong word for this game, but they are 1 barracks away from being down mega creeps, which they could survive through. But
Megas against Prophet is
hard.
always insanely hard, but it's possible.
Radiant are scanning.
Doesn't seem like they're going to have to worry about that risk until they get tier 5 neutrals, at least, because he's dead until they spawn. Now, they know Roche is up in 15 seconds here, so gonna try for an invasive play themselves if they find DM here.
oh, they see him. He
Blink
blinks
out.
to safety, though. Meanwhile, that's a big burst of damage onto the Skywrath
And wait,
as a dead Ducalis. Nullifier now applied, and that is going to be the death of both supports for the PARIVISION side.
what were they doing out here, actually? 60 minutes in, your mid is dead.
And
You
this
have
is
no
Roche.
vision on the map, and they're just standing. I find the map placement a bit weird. Like, I think you have 2 options there. Either you're actually YOLOing it, where you go for a smoke and you buy back Prophet to fight, or you go and hide in your base, right? Like, you can't play pseudo map control with your mid dead 60 minutes in. I think. So this to me feels like a pretty big blunder from PARIVISION supports that could be extremely costly. If OG try to challenge them here and say, hey, do you guys actually have buybacks? They will find that 9th class doesn't. And this is that defensive axe that would have been so good right now. It's just not in play. Uh-oh.
They'll need this tier 2 in the top lane, and then they can go for megas, or at least try to force it. Still backdoor protected at the moment. So Wrath of Nature comes out to be quite annoying, but they do get through the tier 2.
Scam has all the defensive
60
items.
minutes now in the game. Nobody's going for the neutrals quite yet, other than no one on the outskirts of the map. It's going to be a buyback onto the Skywrath Mage. 45 seconds. Oh, DM?
No.
BKB looking for the black hole, but does not follow through. That's a big BKB down now. Echo Strike doing quite a bit of
Missed the
damage.
pulverize.
You have to be careful, though, Natsumi. That's going to be the Aegis burn in just a moment. Crimson Guard keeping him alive. He's going to get healed now from the Mist Coil. To the high ground he goes. Still 30 seconds for the Nyx.
If that pulverize goes off on the Kez, that would have been a kill there for OG. So
Looks like it's neutral item time. And this, I have to say, if they get Helm of the Undying with TA,
Yeah.
Divine Rapier does not drop until you're actually dead, which means theoretically, we're not going to see this, of course, but you could TP back to base, and it drops in base.
Oh, true.
It's cool. But regardless, you get, however many seconds of extra usage out of that Divine Rapier, so a burst kill might not even be enough. Attempted TP, but again, the Pulverize finds no one. Brought down 99 seconds.
He does
out
not
of the
look
game.
happy with himself.
So now OG's objective is to get these tier 5s as fast as possible while also pushing the envelope. Oh, I say that, but buyback is now available.
Yeah, he just got it.
No one.
Conversely, I think the Helm of the Undying is incredibly strong on Kez. If you think about how the hero works, when you do have this like glass cannon-y assassin, if you do get killed and you still get to get your entire kit off, you might, in a lot of situations, you can imagine Kez dies and then trades himself for the enemy carry, or at least a core, maybe 2 supports in the 5 seconds that he has. It's 5, right? Or is it 6? I never get games with tier 5 neutrals. I always win at 20 minutes.
Instant Deso pick. We didn't even see what his options were.
Yeah.
Divine Regalia for Nico.
Yeah.
And that one has been a bit underwhelming, I have to say, in some situations. His 9 class
that
he's set up.
Bug. Oh my god, he's
These buildings are melting. My goodness. That's 2 sets of racks now for OG. They have officially equalized.
700 damage and minus 13 armor. Okay.
Oh, and there's a damage rune. Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Radiant are scanning. Double damage.
He will
Okay,
take
now he
it,
has
but
1,000 damage.
I was wondering if he was going to go for an Aghanim Scepter at some point so that he can just traverse the map easily. Is Nico getting pursued?
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
guess
That would
back
actually be
away.
really nice now on TA in this game state.
Yeah, for sure.
Still trying to farm up tier 5s for his teammates, it looks like. the other 4 are together.
Yeah, we
Yes,
have a
in no
Fallen
man's land.
Sky
He's swapping
for
in traps.
Scam of all heroes, the Chen.
Oh, these are good on Primal.
Oh,
Spider legs
yeah.
are incredible on this hero.
That's nice. And they have a second Fallen Sky for Tims. And so far for PARIVISION, they're being out-neutraled at the moment. Only 1 tier 5. Make it 2 as no one does get the Helm of the Undying. He's finally going to have a way to have some impact on these fights if he's taken out early.
Oh, this might actually be the perfect one. So you obviously don't know this because it's a technical question, but I don't either,
Okay.
which is a problem.
Okay.
He got the Audacious Helm of the Undying. Is the 80 attack damage part of 1 damage instance with your attack, or is it 2? Because this matters against TA, right?
Oh, yeah.
You kind of want to break through refraction. If this Audacious attack counts as a separate instance, this could help them quite a lot with bringing Natsumi down.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to tell.
Yeah, we won't be able to tell, but it's fun to ask questions and not know the answer. I actually really like doing that. I like hypotheticals.
Yeah.
I like...
If you had to guess, what would you say?
I think it is its own instance. That my guess would be that you do your attack and then you're doing an extra 80 magic damage as a secondary effect.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we've seen it with the, what was that Mystic, man, what was that neutral? The tier 4 that did magic damage that Pango loves so much.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like- it's funny, I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
And we probably knew the answer at some point. And
Yeah.
as with all Dota knowledge, eventually will fade away.
I thought you were going to
into,
say, as with age, you just forget things.
Well, in a way, that is what I said.
Yeah.
23K lead for OG, 65 minutes in, and it's still anyone's game.
Yeah, the gold doesn't matter anymore. This is just a matter of who has buybacks and who gets the right initiation. Does everybody have a tier 5? No.
2
There's
do not,
Skyrath is still missing,
and 9 class.
and 9
About to
class.
get it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets his now. So, how many Helms of the Undying? 1, 2...
Oh yeah, the DM helm is pretty nice.
That one is actually the... You know, we were talking about the Kez. This might be the bigger one.
It's true. Yeah, now that he has Refresher, it's a pretty big deal.
Wait, you don't refresh Helm of the Undying, right?
I mean, it doesn't say you can't, so I don't know.
You can't refresh... Like, surely. That would be ridiculous.
I mean,
So-
I know that you can't refresh Undying's thing,
Yeah.
so maybe there's a theme.
But it specifically says on there that
It
you
does.
can't,
That's
though.
why I was saying that maybe that's not a thing. All right, I want to see these Fallen Skies being put to use for OG. What was the what are
true.
the options here? Because that's not normal for 2 supports to have.
The one on Tusk is great because he can just use it and blink out. So
Yeah,
you can start pushing the tower, actually. That's the way it gets in. But they're keeping very strong formation here. Just
It's a
trying
separate
not to give...
cooldown from Blink, right?
Yeah.
Because originally it was not, like way, way, way back.
Yeah,
maybe that
you
was-
should be able to just Fallen Sky blink out, I believe.
What's Chen doing with that? Is that just for the push? Damage on buildings?
I don't think you really want to get in that position. It's,
I guess
it's
it's just have a blink in it.
to get away from Kez, right? I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Or Prophet, get out a Sprout. It's like some nice little options, I guess.
They're very tense now.
Well, you can't really get out of Sprout because you take damage from Sprout. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, how is he ever going to use this?
Well, Eon Disc gives you, a little bit of time to maybe you have enough time to
Maybe with Disc you can just narrowly get it off. Maybe that's the line of thinking. You're right. It could be.
A lot of hypotheticals.
Yeah.
And of course, OG, I called you crazy, Cinderin, but in some ways they are at an advantage right now. But the problem is, if you're trying to go for megas against Nyx Assassin with Ags and Enigma, I mean, that is some disgusting high ground defense.
Let the hammer do it. Let the Fallen Sky of Tusk
Yeah, just
step by step
away at
away.
it.
Or this.
Oh, the fight. Primal Beast initiation right off the bat. The Helmet of Undying is already used. Black Hole is available still if they want to try to use it at the last moments of his life. Nullifier applied. That's going to be a lot of damage, but Natsumi destroys Satanic. That's 3 cores dead for PARIVISION. Just like that, it's a full team wipe. They have buybacks on several heroes, and they're going to have to use them. OG easily win this fight.
I think that 10-second assumption was pretty accurate.
My
That
God.
was a 10-second team fight. Everybody just died in the blink of an eye.
Not over yet.
They did no damage on
Going
the
for
radio.
the Megas. There's buyback number 1, buyback number 2. And with that, OG going to fully reset potentially. Using the, he actually uses the Fallen Sky on the building. It would be nice for them to get these Mega Creeps. They will secure it. And maybe they go back and wait for Roche, or do they just push the envelope here? It's a tough call. Natsumi feeling pretty safe. There's now a Divine Rapier for Satanic. These buildings continuing to melt now as Natsumi has the range. Impale going to be a bit annoying to deal with as no one showing himself, but the tier 4 number 1 is dead. Natsumi. Tier 4 number 2 looks to be next. One more right click does it. And
They
now
can't
the
deal with
throne
refraction.
fully exposed, and they have an army of creeps from Chen.
The refraction is so good this
Impale
game.
hits too. There's the buyback on the Enigma. Doesn't have the black hole, but I believe he still has the refresher available. Indeed, he does. Applying some pressure to Tims. They blow him up easily, and now Nico inside of that Sprout gets fully healed thanks to no one who can't
Can he
control
blink?
himself with the right click.
Fuel. He can still blink.
We'll be able to blink to safety. Divine Rapier still intact for OG, and now they likely try to wait for this next Roche.
They might have been able to finish it there if Tim's got the cheese off, because then maybe PARIVISION overextend a bit too much, but they do finish the kill on the Tusk. It's a very, very small consolation prize.
I mean,
Second Rapier.
a second.
This one he's not going to use, right?
This is for when he buys back. if
Yeah,
he dies,
I think it's
but
just a insurance policy.
I guess Ags is just not on his radar.
It's a lot less valuable now that you have Megas, right? Like now the wave problem becomes significantly less of a concern. 9 class.
All right. PARIVISION have to get something going here. They don't have the buybacks anymore.
But this move is incredibly obvious, right? Like they're not showing anywhere and the waves are going to start pushing into the base. You just need to chill.
Yeah, on Spike Carapace from 9 class onto Nico. There's an Eon Disc proc onto Skem, but he's going to be fine. And now pressure applied to this Nyx Assassin. 9 class can be fully healed, but still getting right-clicked by Nico. Pops the ult to be able to survive, and that's a dead Nyx Assassin. Crimson Guard applied, okay. Black Hole only onto the 1, and that's the refresher for DM. Can he pull this around onto Natsumi? They do get him in the end. And that is the Divine Rapier on the deck. Satanic picks up a second one. Now he's destroying the Primal Beast. Yopaj is dead. Natsumi is dead again. That's a dieback for me. Instantly gets destroyed. And now Snowball going to save 2 for the time being for OG. Is they're in a lot of trouble now as the right clicks from Satanic are truly stacking up, but there's the Primal ult right on top of that chicken head. He's dead. 120 seconds of no Kez. Now they're going to apply some more onto Ducalis. Trample will be enough to take him out. And
Holy shit!
GGs are finally called. It's not the way that we thought it would end, with a dieback onto the TA with Rapiers on the deck. But PARIVISION are taken out into 2-0. OG wins.
Natsumi TP'd in and